Well, local cancer survivors are being honored for their strength and perseverance. They're sharing their stories to create a network of support and inspiration. Moffitt Cancer Center is launching Community of Courage to show patients that they're not fighting alone.
When I was pregnant with my daughter, Catherine, I was a nurse working night shift, and I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma at 7 months pregnant. I knew I needed to take care of Catherine. You know, she was my first priority. I mean, again, when you become a parent, you would much rather you forget about yourself. So, sorry. So I said to myself, you gotta beat this. You gotta baby this. You have a child to raise. So I did. I did go through 6 months of chemo and 5 weeks of radiation. And at my 1-year checkup, my PET scan came back positive. The disease had come back. So I had to have different drugs and a different line of treatment. I had to find the courage to fight again. You know, I'd already been through cancer once. Now, it looked like an even bigger mountain to me, and I was afraid I was gonna die. And my oncologist said to me, you know, we have Moffitt. He, you know, explained to me the innovative treatments that Moffitt has to offer patients, and said, you know, this is where you need to go. I received treatment here. I had what they call a peripheral autologous stem cell transplant. It's more commonly known as a bone marrow transplant. I had my 5-year checkup, which came back clear, and I decided, you know what? I want to make a difference in the lives of people. I want to go back to where my life was given back to me, and really make a difference.
Well, such powerful stories. I'm joined now by Dr. Lubomir Sokol, senior member of the Department of Malignant Hematology, and nurse Krista Rowe, and lymphoma survivor Madison Miller. Welcome and welcome back, Madison.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we all know that Moffitt is a big leader in cancer treatment, but this new movement and organization is here to help those who are fighting cancer as far as it comes to support. Tell me, Doctor, how important is it for you when you're treating patients, not just physically, but for them to mentally have that support?
I think it's one of the top things a patient can have. And we in Moffitt try to somehow center care for cancer patients around patients and their families. So, for example, in Madison case, it was amazing how great support she had from her family. And for me, it's biggest reward to see her after all that tough treatment she had to go through, smiling with beautiful hair in environment outside of Moffitt. This is most rewarding for every doctor.
Absolutely. She's such a great inspiration. Nurse Rowe, you are hands-on and front lines with a lot of these patients. What's it like to try and provide that support for them?
It's the most challenging thing that I think that I've ever done. But when you see a patient who has survived, and not only survived, but thrived, and pays it forward, such as Madison has done, that's what makes it worth it, and that's how it keeps going. I remember Madison coming in with her family, her support system, and at the end of our visit, she said, we have to take a picture. And so she held up a picture, you know, and it said, I'm in remission. And here she is, you know, so many months later, and she has just come so far.
Yeah, and you know what's great about Madison's story is you not only fought cancer on your own, but you've created this organization called Spark the Way because you wanted to create that network of support for people specifically your age.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just so it's important. You need people to remind you every day that you can do this. You need people every day to encourage you. It's not something that you can take on alone.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. And Dr. Madison was saying also she was diagnosed shortly after another family member was fighting this as well. Tell us about lymphoma, and it can touch anybody.
Lymphoma is, I will talk specifically about non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, is the 7th most common cancer diagnosed in the United States. And it is estimated in this year we will diagnose about 72,000 of patients with this disease. The disease is mainly diagnosed in older patients or senior patients, more than half are diagnosed after age 67. Unfortunately, we don't have any preventive measure, simple test. We can diagnose it, but patients know that, for example, if they develop systemic symptoms like unexplained fever, chills, night sweats, weight loss, or they palpate lumps or their neck, groin and armpits, it can signal that they could have lymphoma.
Absolutely. It touches a lot of people. What you guys do touches a lot of people, and also the support you provide, and we appreciate you for coming on this morning. Thank you. All right, and to learn more about lymphoma and to watch other survivor stories, we posted information and videos on WFLA.com. Just search lymphoma on our homepage.